Right from the get-go, this totally fits with the vibe of the game, and just a heads up, I played it literally the minute it released on PC. I was hyped forever for this. It was a great game, not The Witcher 3, but definitely not as bad as many people said. Outside of consoles, that is, obviously. I don't think anyone would argue that that's just straight up cool, right? This is a really good example of world building that was a little lacking in the game. Just the little things like this. Cops shooting the shizzle. Glad to see it here. Two wins here. Firstly, it's for the violence aspect on display right from the start. I enjoy that kind of brutal realism, and it was prevalent in the game too, of course, but naturally not showing it here or YouTube will knock me about like an alcoholic father. Secondly is for the awesome looking slow motion shot. Just looked awesome as they reached for their weapons to react to what he'd just done. Whilst you're here, I gotta thank everyone for their continued support, really trying to get the view time up from around 17 minutes to 20. So please do me a favour and watch as much of the video as possible and leave a like and a comment, it helps massively. Thanks so much for all of your amazing help. Luckily I can show this action all day long, check that out bro, it's sick! Another element underplayed in the game, cyber psychos and max tac. Great to see it employed even if just a little in the anime. Is that getting a win? I hear you yelling from across the road. Of course it is, my boy, of course it is. I mean, look at it. See now, as far as lore goes, that's just amazing. That there are guys higher up than cops who deal with the really geared up bad guys who go nuts, and here they are already on scene attacking. Nice little callback to the original trailer with those helmets too. I tell you, I really like how they collaborated on certain elements from the game, such as this communication bit on the side. That's pretty much exactly what it's like. Also though, overhaul from My Hero Academia. The awesome Finks from Hunter x Hunter. Obviously not going to show it on YouTube, but naughty stuff alert, real naughty stuff. Seriously, such a nice little touch, considering the story is all about oppressive capitalism and he can't even get halfway through a clothes wash without putting in extra money. The lady who does the voice here hasn't done anything amazing, but I'm shouting her out because she actually voiced a character from Cowboy Bebop back in '97, and that's kind of in the same vein a little as Cyberpunk, so shout out to her for still going strong, you rock! Real nice addition having the room look almost like the one in the game too, I like that. They even used the same calling sound, very cool. That's such a small thing, but God help me if it didn't look extremely cool while he did it, right? Animating multiple people moving within one frame. Style-wise only, that looked awesome, not gonna lie. Loving the brief cutaways. Also though, impressively not running on the spot. Firstly, I like seeing a school element within this universe, but the main part of the win is for how clever it is to add this realistic kind of effect for his gear being too outdated to be used in the class. Massively unexpected plot twist! Also keeping the guys from different gangs in the game. That's so awesome. I fought against these kinds of dudes. Beautiful edit right there. The brutal reality of this world right here on display, it's also a clever way to get his story started and his character growth from the very first episode. Genuinely cannot wait to see where it goes, but safe to say that so far I'm very impressed with how they've handled everything. Another good example of over-the-top capitalism in action here, being charged extra for even being able to visit someone in the hospital. Goodness me, if they didn't absolutely nail the music in this one. Either from My Hero Academia. A good close-up look at some of the kind of gear people are able to get a hold of in the anime. Not sure I noticed that in the game. He's such a good voice actor, that was awesome! That started off really funny and then got really serious. In fact, the animation was so crisp and beautiful looking that I'm dropping the first 2 max wins of the video for it. Also though, take one here for these visual representations of the effects these mods are having on people's bodies when they start to use them. The way this story is going is right up my street, in all honesty. I'm just a fan of stories where the main character is down on a low level and then works their way up. I liked that in the old Grand Theft Auto games or Elder Scrolls, and of course in Cyberpunk 2077 as well when it came out. This scene just making it abundantly clear how quickly people's lives can be completely screwed up, how there's no help out there for people like him, and how people lose their minds or do something bad as a result. What a brilliant outro to the anime, I loved that! Decent song on that ED, I liked it. Not your usual style either, but that's okay. If this anime is doing anything from the start, it's oozing style all over the place. You know, I've noticed over the years that I have a serious knack for writing something, and then whatever I've written comes true right afterwards, and that's what happened right here. I talk about style oozing everywhere, and all of a sudden we get the OP, and it looks like this. It's got style and cool all over it. Take my win. Oh, we're getting started now. Good to see the main character get a spine this early on. Pun unintended, but it definitely also works. Yeah, okay, pun intended actually. That looked so good! That's getting another max 2 wins award. I love how they do the whole slow down effect and then transition the whole thing into one fluid motion. It looked fantastic. Gotta admit, he looks like such a badass walking around with his favourite jacket now soaked in blood from the spinal mods he's had installed. Consistency is so important in everything, including in anime, and so them showing the camera angle and displaying everything exactly as it happened is great to me and a nice little detail. Really nice quality on that up-close shot. Well, that was absolutely sick! Also though, incredible levels of kawaii right there, goodness me!
どういうつもり？
何が？
私の仕事を邪魔したわ。
As Soy from My Hero Academia, and did a good job as KO from Erase too.
この子の入れてるインプラント、すごく高価なものなの。黙っておとなしくしていれば。
何？
Time and again, the cutthroat nature of this world is excellently on display. You're not even safe in a circumstance such as this. They want to rip out your gear and sell it. She is so awesome!
ここよ。
一人。
Some of the scenery shots are truly unique and beautiful looking.
エッジランナーズ。
サイバーパンクの別名よ。なるんでしょあんた。
Oozing with style, bruh. Oozing all over the place. Get them up!
言ってすぐに分かった。こんな奴らに馴染めるわけないって。
それが分かってなんですぐにやめなかったの？オフにする？
面白いからこれでいい。
何その格好。
It's really sweet getting to see these two just hanging out and getting to learn more about one another. It's also been good for both character building and also lore too. Such great choices for the music, like non-stop! End of episode plot twist! Take one here for the proper ED. It's got such a bloody good song to it, and the visuals are stunning looking. Only problem is, there's plenty of what YouTube might consider risky visuals, so to be safe, as I've got to put food on the table for my wife and I, and feed and insure my two pups, I'll simply show this instead, but it's great.
車の事故だよ。ギャングの打ち合いに巻き込まれて完全に巻き添えさ。コールしても出ないわけだ。
Personal win, but I really like how they're crafting the story thus far. Typically these guys would just be bad guys, but instead they're tied to him via his mother, who we're now learning more about, and how she earned money for the family behind the scenes, which I think is very clever.
8回使った。
Also enjoyable is how he's been given an edge over the others in the world in the most realistic of ways. It's not some weirdly obtained ex machina kind of deal that doesn't make sense. It's good.
データ通り本当にガキだね。大丈夫？
Not gonna lie, the anime definitely 100% makes me want to revisit the game. There's just something about it. In fact, it probably ties in closer to its source material than anything else I've ever seen. Just waiting for the DLC and then I'll probably replay with some mods. So brutal. That was awesome. To be quite frank, a ridiculous amount of detail in this car. So much style, it's going all over the place! That was unreal. Great and unexpected animation on their crash afterwards too. If that's CGI, it's some of the best I've ever personally seen. Never thought I'd be so excited for an anime-style battle done in the vein of Cyberpunk. Such an incredibly awesome looking battle that ended up being well worthy of 2 max wins. Just so intelligently edited together to make it look as furious and as chaotic as ever. What an absolute blast! Whilst he's only voiced one major character I know, that being a dude from Yakuza 5, he's done a great job in this one. Also take one here for all of the voice actors, all doing a great job, all great picks for the characters. The way the look and feel of the corpo suits is handled in this, entirely different feel to the Street Kid vibe to date.
リムジンのナビデータを持ってこいと伝えたはずだが、リムジンそのものではなく。
Cars from JoJo! This whole scene is so simple but so well done to raise the tension between them, and of course, extra points for style.
じゃあまた会うね。よろしく。
よろしく。
This cool and fun character! Art style change! Also though, the quality of those sound effects are godly on high volume. Having the afterlife look pretty much identical to how it does in the game.
来たんだ。
呼び出したのはそっちでしょ。
For some unknown reason, I always like it when anime characters change clothes. Maybe because it makes anime different to cartoons in my mind, where pretty much everything stays the same. I don't know. The representation of like so many elements from the game, gang, cyber attacks and such, all in one scene.
ルーシーっていくつ？
Always a win when an anime animates through a montage instead of using stills with music over the top.
うまくって何の話？
Lucy in the bath scene! This is not a drill! Animating all of these characters! I tell you, the dedication is insane so far, it really is.
そんな話聞いたことねえな。
Pretty much can't show any of the previous scenes. So much violence. One lady had a third jubbly like her from Total Recall, and then arms went flying and stuff, but the scene didn't half look great, I tell you. Well worth that win from your boy.
彼女いつから仲間に？
Oh man, the results after having an implant installed always look so damn good.
長うざ。
I can't believe I didn't hear it till now, but this dude is voiced by the insane Knuckle from Hunter x Hunter, one of my all-time favourite characters. He loves animals as much as me. Oh my goodness, I didn't see that plot twist coming a mile away. It was so sudden. That gets 2 max wins, and now I see the setup from the start of the episode. Wow. What an insanely brilliant but also creepy in equal measure slow motion moment right there. Reminded me of the bad guys in the original BFG with how he sounded. Always freaked me out as a kid watching that. So damn sick I feel ill! Amazing voice acting and unbridled fury on display. Also, I love the realism on that shot, just knocking her backwards. Again, incredibly violent, so get this scene instead, but David won the day in a big way, but ultimately was saved by Main as the freak managed to continue for a second longer, even with the new hole in the noggin. They do a really good job via reactions alone of displaying how she clearly doesn't want to allow him close to her, and he's kind of low-key falling in love with her. Good doing it without needless exposition.
俺が君を月に連れて行くよ。約束する。
Really poignant moment here for what ends up coming later on. Also, definitely this scene right here. Good to see them like this for the first time, and cinematically speaking, it's also very appealing to look at. This anime is so stupidly great at doing scenes like this, man. much gore in this room. They're really earning their 18+ rating with this. Well, this definitely counts as an unexpected plot twist now, doesn't it? Okay, not quite a real plot twist, they faked it, but the scene itself was still absolutely win-worthy. Going first person like it's no big deal. A really quick and non-exposition way of letting us know of Lucy's feelings for him. I'm in awe of just how much they did exactly the same as the game. Like, it's fantastic for me because I played it. So it's almost like a non-stop fest of going, oh yeah, I remember that. It's great, dude.
計画的か。お前
Such an easy max 2 wins that is, just stunningly great animation during these battles, and now by episode 5, they've got us the viewer really feeling towards the characters, and so the stakes are much higher. A really decent looking representation of what life is like outside of the city in the Badlands.
なんだ何があった襲撃かどうしたんだ急に
Watching a character I've come to really like go nuts like that without even knowing it was insane.
もう一人前面かそいつはもともと俺んだ
In line with the previous win, it's just plain old sad to see him now like this.
やるしかないのよ。分かってるのよ。でもあんたが言えば私きっと。
Even though it looks bad at first glance, this is actually her really opening up to him, and I'm glad to see it in action, as it's definite proof of character growth that you just love to see. Oh, how do they make scenes like this look so good? Really sad seeing the brutal passing of Dorio. Only wanted to help the man she loved. As far as lore goes, that's right up my street. Knowing that the cops are begging the heavily armed medical team to stay with them in spite of losing their patient because Maine is going on a rampage. These flashbacks of him to his simple days back out in the Badlands and how it's mixed with his cyberpsychosis with their current reality. Also have one here for this light slap, contrasted with recent anger-filled hits on him that weren't justified at all, meaning right now he's in his right frame of mind one more time, for just a little while, and it's like he's kindly sending his little brother along to safety or something. The end of the episode. Just stunningly well done that was.
有名になってきたじゃん。体もでかくなったし。
銃は
Super cool seeing him all beefed up now in the near future. Look at the guy! Also though, what a great wide-ranging story to be telling. One that takes place over quite some time.
悪用にタグ付けしていくには骨折りそう。ここはセオリー通り正面を避けて裏口回って。
Yet more flooding of the scene with terms from the game and of course game mechanics just seamlessly entered into the anime.
セオリーは無視したいな。
Okay.
Getting our first proper look at this absolute Chad. Chadavid has just come such a long way since the first episode. This is like legit character progress you'd see in the game. Not just anime style progression, but level progression too. She's completely nuts! Seeing both of them using their implants to create such outstanding looking effects, I mean, the detail on the concrete exploding looked crazy good.
新しい強化剣使ったな。
Can't show, but they can totally take an extra win for the final effect of how it looked to these two onlookers, with him leaping behind and taking him out in like 1 second flat. Low-key sweet to see her having taken over as post-job completed entertainment from her brother.
歪んだぶってえシャフトを無理やり押し込んでるだけなんだ。モデルも2世代前のもんだし、どうだ、いい軍用の。
いいんだ、これで。
Keeping Main's gear close to himself as a way to kind of keep on remembering him is very wholesome.
伝説を量産。
荒坂に歯向かう大物を墓場送りにしてるってことよ。
I think it's great that they chose to have Adam Smasher in the anime. He wasn't used as much as I'd have liked him to be in the main game, and he's a creepy giant legend, really. Having so many different characters on screen sporting different implants all the time. Bless Lucy for deciding to hang around in the nip.
ここから見るナイトシティはまるで光の牢獄。
Beautiful view of the city in the distance.
子供の頃、私は別の国の荒坂の施設にいた。
Getting to learn more about Lucy's hidden past with a giant tasty serving of lore alongside it that was very much appreciated by me. Whoa! He tried to fight it and yet didn't even stand the slightest of chances. This anime can be so dark sometimes, bruh. Cyberpunk Edgerunners, perhaps even more so than the game itself, really does a fantastic job of instilling the idea of human weapons in this world.
今までの働きでは不服だと言いたいのか。
そこまでは言わんが。まあ時間がかかりすぎるとは思うがね。
Even in a season order of just 10 episodes, they've done a really good job when it comes to setting up a power balance among the elites, as even he is shown to be subservient to others. Great cinematic view of the city.
世界一の日本企業の傍聴部がこんなところで密会か。
そちらの様式に合わせているつもりだが。
Really cannot help geeking out over places I've previously been. This is part of the main story, as I'm sure a great many of you watching this already know. Wow, this episode is just chock full of epic looking shots of the city. One of the first times this kind of guilt narrative has been explored, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. This shot of one of the poorer sides of the city, nicely done to show the difference between the rich sectors. Then you give me this view right afterwards, just looking so detailed and lovely. Now makes a lot more sense. Looks so far like he's starting to go through what Main did.
すぐに出る。
And at the same time now shows where his racking sense of guilt is coming from after seeing this on his way out, making everything far more real, like the results of his actions, I mean.
ねえ。
母さんもメインも何か俺に託して死んだ。俺はまだ何もできてない。
It's like genuinely hard to watch him go down the exact same road, just wanting to give everything towards merely making a mark on that world, even if it means an early demise. Oh no.
この手土産が荒坂へのパスポートとなる。よくやったキウイ。
And then that last minute plot twist, I can't believe that!
東からナイトシティに移送されてくる物を街の外で車ごといただく。
Closest thing, we're going to get to a highly detailed looking scenery shot in this one, and it does genuinely look good, even out in the desert.
この女、それを防ぐためにデータを破壊し、隠蔽工作を行っていたわけか。
Ah, now I fully understand what that entire scene was about and what she was doing and keeping from him.
警備は少数精鋭。だが半分はファラデーが仕込んだ陽動部隊が引き剥がしてくれるはずだ。
My word, CGI is normally so bad in most anime, but this anime probably does the best ever on stuff like cars. Just plain old good looking CGI right there. Some anime studios really be stepping up their game. Literally never done this before, but this CGI is next level. It really gotta be shouted out when the studio does this good of a job on it. I'm in shock, honestly.
お前これ抑制剤か？
お前にしか頼めないんだ。
How is it so sad to see him like this? It's only been 8 full episodes. I think that's a true testament to the writers and also the pacing of the anime.
レベッカ。
いつからそんなずりい男になりやがったんだ。
How come she's just the best though? This! Also that though! Such a good scene. Easy max 2 wins right there, but obviously it's bittersweet because we know that David has now used his gizmo like 23 more times than he should have already.
ならさっさと開けてくれよ。
ぐだぐだ言ってねえで今のうちに装甲車取ってこようぜ。うっせあおたれ。動けんなおい。ふざけんなよおい。
She is so good in this.
何も変わっちゃいねえ。
妖精って待て待て待て待て待て。
In her own way, she really did have his best interest at heart during multiple key moments over the last couple of episodes, didn't she? Clearly cared for him deeply, but struggled to express it.
ファラデーはあなた側についた。あなたにサイバースケルトンをインストール。
2 wins here. Firstly, it's for her epic level escape from the AV just now, just very violent but epic. But also, it's the beautiful animation during the escape, like right here. So good!
大丈夫か？
ルーシーを助けに行く。
はあ、やっぱり行かれちまったか。
The voice actress did such a great job with her, I swear.
ポイントは指向性の重力爆磁力発生装置で。
Look at that thing, it's sick! Adding in these internal shots was a stroke of genius.
使えば使うほど人間性コストを失いクロームと同化し精神
Even just seeing it like this is painful to watch because he's constantly using the meds over and over again every few seconds to keep that giant suit going with his brain in a normalish state.
地獄までな。
Brilliant end to a brilliant episode, and that final moment was definitely a way to end it in a big way and gets the episode 1 more win. Normally in anime, groups of bad guys are just nameless faces there for nothing more than cannon fodder, but it's been good, like here, to see people panic over the loss of their fellow man. They've been consistent with this as well, from the cops at the start to Max Tech, Trauma Team and now Militech. It adds a level of realism. I've said it before and I'll sure as heck say it again after that, but this studio has nailed the CGI game with this. I'm sure they worked extremely hard on it and it most definitely has paid off big time. Haven't said it in a little while, so here I go again, oozing with style. Love that shot right there. Seeing him like this, going through basically what Main was, just wandering the streets of his mind from an earlier and perhaps more simple time in his life. Oh god, that was brutal. These guys and girls don't mess around, do they? Oh, that looks so good. Definitely one more for that too. I'm in love with this anime. Such a good job too on facial reactions with her looking devastated seeing him like this. This is not a drill! Adam Smasher just entered the anime! Getting to see David actually being able to go toe to toe with Max Tag. Quite a poetic moment right there. Oh, that was so awesome! Seeing the genuine fright in everyone's eyes as he suddenly appeared before them was so cool. So incredibly intense! Such a great scene as he uses everything he has to take out the team, saving his enemy, getting away from Adam Smasher, and saving Lucy all at the same time in seconds flat. Oh man, this is so sad but so beautiful at the same time. These final loving moments between them, able to speak freely for the first time in a long time as they fall from the top of the tower together. So clever to end things in this way. This battle, the animation is fantastic, but mixed with that music, it really takes it to another level entirely. Oh man, everyone is going now! This is terrible! How can you not win that view though? Giving Adam the same kind of dialogue he had in the game was a really nice touch. He did the same thing back to him! That really hits hard. Got me choked up. Seeing the old crew again in his memories. Feels like they've been gone forever, but it really hasn't been that long. Just the pacing was godlike for 10 episodes. Take one for the end of David, a fantastic character by all accounts. Then that just hits really hard now, man. A final win is in order for an anime I never expected to be so damn good from start to finish. The animation and CGI was top notch literally the entire way through. The music was fantastic and I'm glad they used so many songs from the game and the characters and story were A-class. Thanks so much for watching. Check out more videos popping up on screen in a few seconds time and please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and of course I'll see you next time. Chris Harris, Ted L, Incoming Water, Rob Morellis, Marquez, Nick Wyndham, Keeper, Steelers, Eva Commander, Bird Without a Word, Blitzcow, Brandon Kriya, Game 2000, Kieran Robinson, Comfrey, Kim Munt, Magnus, Matthew Casterline, Nathan Burr, Sean, Ali50, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Guru, Isel Caldera, Your Edvinson, Your Nashtal, Jordan Samuels, Java6263, Kelnock, Kepan, Kevin Melter, Bonito, Luis Cruz, Matthew Blanchard, Matt the Marshmallow, 1928, Sentimento, Storm 970, The Element Taylor Wars.